Hello everybody, Inter back again with another video. Today guys, I want to preview these 4 quarterfinals that we have ahead of us here in Wimbledon. And let's get into it guys. The first one I want to talk about is the Kei Nishikori-Roger Federer match. This is Kei's 5th straight quarterfinals in slams, which is pretty impressive guys. It is much better than what Raonic has done, Dimitrov has done. So because we all know that Kei is the part of this lost generation, together with these 2 players that I mentioned, Raonic and Dimitrov. So and to be quite honest guys, 4 or 5 years ago, because you know me, I am always honest, I always said and believed that Kei has 1 Grand Slam title in him. I always said, because he is so talented guys, he really is. He's a worse version of Novak Djokovic, just a much worse version of course. He has a really solid backhand, he has solid returns, he is a really great mover on the court, he is solid from the baseline, but he has a very weak serve, and he's not as consistent as Novak Djokovic is, but he is a light version of Novak Djokovic. But anyway, he is facing Roger Federer. It is 7-3 to Roger Federer on the head-to-head. The last time they played was in that World Tour Finals tournament in a round-robin match, which Kei won. So, like I said, it's 7-3 to Roger Federer, but in the head-to-head. But this is a Grand Slam match, and Kei Nishikori always comes short in Grand Slam matches against these big 3 guys. Besides one time, which I can recall, is that 2014 US Open semi-final against Novak Djokovic, where Kei won and defeated Novak Djokovic there in 4 sets, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and later on played his first ever Grand Slam final against Marin Cilic and lost against Marin Cilic. So this is the only time that Kei has defeated one of these big 3 members in a Grand Slam match. Besides that, he always comes up short, and before this match against Federer, the last time he played against a big 3 member was against Rafa Nadal in French Open in that quarterfinal. And after that match, I was so disappointed on Kei Nishikori, because Rafa just crushed him, guys. And I really would do not want to see the same demolishing match from. Yeah, I'm a big Federer fan, of course. But Federer will not win Wimbledon by crushing Kei Nishikori. Let's face it, this is a quarterfinal match, not a semi-final match or a final match. So I want to see Kei come up with a good performance against Federer, because he's that good. He's playing his 5th, like I said, Grand Slam quarterfinal in a row. So that is a proof that he's good, he's consistent, he isn't in the top 10 in the world. So I want Kei to give Federer a match, guys, and I think he will. I think this can be a tricky match for Federer, because Kei has, like I said, he's a worse version of Novak Djokovic. He's not Novak Djokovic, but a worse version. So he can challenge Federer from the baseline. He can challenge Federer with the returns. The problem with Kei is he has a really bad serve, and Federer has a much better serve. So I think Federer will not. He will not be interested to exchange rallies from the baseline with Kei, because if he does that, then Roger will be in big trouble. So I think Federer will be ultra aggressive. He will play offensive tennis, he will play first strike tennis, and he will take Kei out in 4 sets. That is my feeling in this match, but I think this can be a tricky match for Federer. The second match is between Rafa Nadal and Sam Querrey. The head-to-head in this match, I think it is 4-1 to Rafa Nadal. The last time they played was in Acapulco in 2017, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It was 2 years ago, and which Sam Querrey won actually. And not many, but some of the comments that I've read through, on different social medias and on YouTube, they believe that Sam Querrey can cause an upset here. Yeah, he can cause an upset. It is sport, but will he do it? No. Me personally, in no, I don't think so. Rafa is too good, too consistent, too solid too complete, guys. Sam has a huge serve. I know Sam has done some big damage before in Wimbledon, like in 2016 he defeated Novak Djokovic, in 2017 he defeated Andy Murray, and in 2017 he went on to play a semi-final as well. The best result that he has ever achieved in Wimbledon, and he lost to Marin Cilic in that 2017 semi-final. And this year has defeated Dominic Thiem in the first round. But Dominic Thiem is pretty horrible on grass, guys, so he's facing a beast now, guys. He's facing the consistency beast, Rafa Nadal, who plays so consistent every single point, and who's so focused, and who never goes down in his level. And if he does, he can just do it for a couple of minutes, guys, and will never in 15, 20, 25 minutes, like many players can do. So Sam Querrey has a huge challenge ahead of him, that's for sure, and I don't think that he will succeed, guys. I think that Rafa will win this match in straight sets, most likely in 4 sets. And even if Sam can take the match to a tiebreak, I think we can see some tiebreakers here. Rafa will win those tiebreaks, because Rafa is so consistent. Like Nick Kyrgios did in that second round, he played 2 tiebreakers with Rafa, and Rafa won both of the tiebreakers. And Nick Kyrgios has a huge serve as well, exactly like Sam. So this will be a match like the second round for Rafa, because Sam Querrey is a player like Nick Kyrgios with a huge serve and huge forehand. But we all know that Rafa is not only one of the greatest tennis players of all time, and one of the most talented tennis players of all time. He is one of the most intelligent players of all time. He will expose Sam's backhand, and Sam's backhand is not the greatest. So, and Rafa has great returns. He just steps further back from the baseline to 3-4 meters, and he will. I know that Sam will do a lot of aces, probably more than 10-15 aces, at least more than 10. But Rafa will he will put a lot of returns into the court as well, and when the ball is on the court, then it is advantage Rafa, guys, for sure. So I can see how Sam can upset Rafa. I really can see. I can see Sam take maximum 1 set, and that's maximum. But my feeling is that Rafa will win in straight sets. I don't know why, but this is my feeling. Right, then we have the third quarterfinals match between Novak Djokovic and David Goffin. Guys, before this event started, I did my preview, of course, and this is the quarterfinal match that I was 100% right about. I thought that Novak Djokovic and David Goffin will meet. I was right about Federer to be in quarterfinal, which Federer is. I was right about Nadal to be in the quarterfinal, which Nadal is. But I was not right about their opponents. I thought that Federer would meet Isner in the quarterfinal, which he didn't. I thought Nadal would meet Dominic Thiem in the quarterfinal, which he didn't. He's facing Sam Querrey instead, who took Dominic Thiem out in the first round. But in this quarterfinal between David Goffin and Novak Djokovic, I was 100% right, guys. They are facing each other. The head-to-head is 5-1 to Novak Djokovic, and David Goffin is playing pretty good tennis in the last couple of months. That's why I believe that he will go to the quarterfinal and face Novak Djokovic. He was one of the 2 players who took 1 set against Rafa Nadal in that French Open in that third round. Dominic Thiem was the other player in the final who did that, of course, and he was in final in Halle and pushed Roger Federer pretty good there, even though Roger Federer won in straight sets. But I believe that David Goffin was a better player in that first set against Roger Federer and deserved to win that set, but he didn't. Federer come up with the goods instead and won that first set in Halle against David Goffin, and then the second set, of course, Federer won as well. So David Goffin has played really good tennis. I think he's a good player. He's a solid baseline player. He has pretty good returns. He has pretty good backhand. His serve is not amazing good. It is solid, but his serve is not amazing good. He feels also like a worse version of Djokovic, because they have pretty similar game styles. They are solid from the baseline, they have pretty good backhands, they have pretty good returns, but everything David Goffin does, Djokovic does better. It feels like a match between Rafa Nadal and David Ferrer. Everything David Ferrer does, Rafa Nadal does better. And this matchup, it's feeling to me pretty similar, because David Goffin has a pretty similar tennis style like Novak Djokovic, but Novak Djokovic is just one, maybe even two class better than David Goffin. But I think David Goffin can take one set. That is my feeling. I think David Goffin take one set, not more than so, guys. So I think Djokovic wins this match in 4 sets because he's a better player than David Goffin. Basically, that's why. I think Novak Djokovic's biggest test in this side of the draw will be Roberto Agut, guys, the RBA. That's my feeling. RBA will be a huge challenge for Djokovic. That's why, and I want to talk about RBA now. So I think Djokovic beats David Goffin in 4 sets. I think David Goffin can take 1 set maximum from Djokovic, not more than so. Then we have the last quarterfinal. This is the quarterfinal that I didn't expect to happen. Of course, I expected RBA to be in the quarterfinal. All the players who are playing the quarterfinal, I expected them to be Djokovic, Federer, Nadal. These 3 I expected, and Goffin. These 4 I expected them to be here, and they are here. But I didn't expect Sam to be there, because Sam has not been super amazing this year. I didn't expect Nishikori to be there, because you know that I'm not a super fan of Nishikori, because I feel that he always comes short against these big 3. But let's face it, this is his 5th Grand Slam quarterfinal in a row, and I didn't expect for sure Pela to be there, guys. So 5th player I expected them to be. 4th player I expected them to be there, and even maybe Nishikori, because it is Nishikori after all. He's top 10 in the world. But 3 players I didn't expect to be in the quarterfinals. Sam, and of course I expected RBA to be there. Sam I didn't expect to be there. Nishikori, sort of I expected him to be there, but definitely the player I didn't expect to be here was Pela, guys. Who could expect Pela to be in the quarterfinal? He took out both Kevin Anderson. Kevin Anderson, I was not crazy surprised, because I didn't have Kevin Anderson on my top 8 list. But I was surprised that he took out Raonic, guys, because I felt that Raonic was in a roll. He was winning his matches in straight sets, and so I didn't expect him to beat Raonic. And Raonic was 2 set up in the lead in that 4th round, but Pela turned that around, and big congratulations to Pela. This is his biggest success in the Grand Slam tournament. This is his first quarterfinal appearance in the Grand Slam, so big congratulations to Pela. And now he's facing RBA, guys. The head-to-head between these 2 are 2-0 to RBA. RBA is the only player who has not lost a set yet in this tournament. You know that, guys? Even the big 3 guys has lost sets. We all know that the big 3 has lost 1 set each. But RBA has lost a set yet, guys. So RBA is super dangerous. I think RBA is my clear favorite to win against Pela, to be quite honest. Clear favorite. But Pela has proven me wrong before, especially against Raonic. So maybe he will prove me wrong again. But I don't think that this time, guys. I think RBA is too solid, too consistent, too confident. RBA is really dangerous. I don't think that Novak Djokovic wants to meet RBA in the semifinals. I think that I am 100% sure that Novak Djokovic wants Pela to win this match, but Pela will not do it, guys. Pela will not do it. RBA will win this match. I think we will see a semifinal between Novak Djokovic and RBA. I think we will see a semifinal between Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal on Friday. That is my feeling. I think RBA defeats Pela in straight sets. I really do that, guys. I don't think Pela will even take 1 set. That's my feeling. I think RBA will continue his run without dropping any set, and he will face Novak Djokovic in the semifinal without dropping any sets. And on that semifinal, it will not be easy to predict that semifinal against Novak Djokovic between RBA and Novak Djokovic. That is my feeling. But anyway, guys, this was my predictions about these quarterfinals matches that we have ahead of us. I think Novak Djokovic wins against David Goffin. I think Rafa Nadal wins against Sam Querrey. I think Roger Federer wins against Nishikori. And I think RBA wins against Pela. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.